Hello, welcome to the online learning of computer science and ICT channel. We previously saw about computer classifications and roles, and for this time we are going to talk about history of computers. You will then appreciate the evolution and differentiate the generations of computers. Computers and other electronic devices play a big role in our daily life, but computing dates earlier than the actual use of electrical devices. The computers used today was developed through many years ago to become an indispensable component of many of human works. The first digital computing device is said to be called Abacus, after which many others are developed to carry out both digital and analog calculations. With the hardware evolution and invention of transistors and integrated circuits, computers go by reducing in sizes and are present in different places. This started with Charles Babbage, surnamed the father of computers. He designed an analytical engine considered as the basic architecture on which modern electronic computers are based. Followed and working together with others like Dr. Herman Hollerith, who developed a punched card, which was the data processing machine used to compile information, and Konrad Zuse, who came up with the first programmable computer, and others. And all this will lead to the modern history of computers, which is explained with the progression in hardwares. This is explained by the invention of vacuum tubes, the transistors, the integrated circuits, the silicon chips or microchips. This modern history is presented in computer generations from generation 1 up to generation 5. We are now going to go generation by generation, starting with the generation 1 computers. The generation 1 computers dates from 1943 up to 1958, and the computers of this generation used the vacuum tubes, which were used as an internal computer component. The computers of the generation here, we may state the ABC, the Atanasoft Berry computer, which is developed by Dr. John Anasoft. This computer were using 45 vacuum tubes. We may also talk about Mark 1 computer, which is an automatic calculating machine designed by Howard Aiken. We also state ENIAC, developed for military needs. We also state EDISAC. The EDISAC is made by British for addition and multiplications operations. We also state UNIVAC, which is invented by Mashley and Eckert for the business data processing applications. The computers of the generation were characterized by a very large size, a complexity in design, and they were very slow as they are designed to run only one program at a time. Let's now see about second generation, which dates from 1959 up to 1964. The computers of the generation used the transistor. The computers of the generation, we may state here PDP-1, which is a mainframe computer for a low cost but with no advanced peripheral or softwares. We may also state IBM 1400. The computers of the generation became smaller and cheaper. They had core memory, which was developed and were faster learning than Generation 1 computers. They consumed less electricity power and produced less heat. Let's now have a look on Generation 3 computers, which dates around 1965 and 1970. The computers of this time used integrated circuits. These were developed while transistors were miniaturized and placed on a silicon chip called semiconductor. The computers of the generation, we may state PDP-8, which was a mini computer designed and built from 1965. And it was the first mass market mini computer developed for education purpose. These computers were with the small and medium scale integration. They were more powerful and reliable, and they use high level languages and were able to run many different programs at the same time. Let's now have a look on fourth generation, which dates from 1971 up to today. They were developed with large-scale integration and very large-scale integration as a further step, and then the microprocessor came up. So this is when the microcomputers were born. Among the computers of the generation, we may state Apple I and Apple II, designed by Wozniak and Jobs, and they had characteristics of a PC. Then we also have IBM PC4, which was the largest computer company in the world. We're now going to see the Generation 5 computers, which dates from present and beyond. The computing devices are based on artificial intelligence, and the goal of this is to develop a device that responds to the natural language with decision making and logic reasoning. Generation 5 computers are able to use more than one CPU in a faster way, what we call parallel processing. The computers are with the use of superconductors, speech recognition, and use of IE in robots. This is now, in brief, what we talked about. The evolution of computers from generation 1 to generation 5 and the technologies used. the first generation using vacuum tubes, the second generation using transistors, the third generation using integrated circuits, and fourth generation using large-scale integration, and fifth generation using artificial intelligence. Now, here there is an exercise, and I want you to pause this video. You read carefully the exercise and answer it by matching generations with their technologies. After, you are going to replay the video to see if you have the same answer. If yes, congratulations to you. Thank you. Thanks a lot for learning with us. See you for the next lesson.